like a hummingbird drinking in the nectar, growing, changing, guided to the center, like a hummingbird drinking in the nectar. Nine 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 nine. Holy ones, you are so pure and true. Sacred ones, letting the light shine through. Divine ones, love is the only way. Truthful ones, wisdom is here to stay. Growing, changing, guided to the center, like a hummingbird drinking in the nectar. Growing, changing, guided to the center, like a hummingbird drinking in the nectar, 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 drinking in the nectar. A little bit of nectar for starting this session on sacred healing sound. I just want to give an absolutely huge and warm welcome to everyone. It's so beautiful to have you here. Really grateful for you to tune in. I mean, I don't know what it's like where you are, but where I am, the sun is absolutely emblazoned and it's an absolutely corn blue sky. It's gorgeous. So thank you so much for taking this time out of your precious Sunday to experience this little journey into the power of sacred healing sound. So, what is sacred healing sound? Well, if you think about it, everything starts with sound. Literally from the moment that you were conceived as a tiny little cell in the womb of your mother, you were completely embraced in her heartbeat and the pulse of the blood around her body. You came into the world and cried, took your first breath and cried as you came into this portal of this physical realm called Earth. Every single moment of your life has been surrounded by sound, from birdsong to traffic along the roads in this modern day, from the sound of your own voice. Every single part of this life is imbued and imbibed with sound. And this vibration, sound is vibration, literally sound waves moving constantly. And if you think about when you throw a stone into a pond and the ripple out effects of the stone hitting the water and rippling out, radiating out, it's exactly the same with sound. As sound is generated, there is a knocking of molecules that ripple out into into life. And this vibrational quality of sound is actually one of the biggest growth arenas in medicine today. The quality, the ability of vibration to make profound shifts in people's bodies for healing, for well-being. And not just on an emotional level, but on a physical level as well. So if you think about it, ultrasound is used to break up gallstones within the body. Ultrasound is used to map fetuses in the womb. There's a tremendous amount of research. Dr. Miriam Stoppard at MIT, who has been using the quality of sound to support cancer patients in coming into healing and balance when they're going through cancer treatments. There's an enormous body of research on the power of sound to make shifts in the body that move physical discomfort into emotional release. And this is what the world of sacred sound is about, really. Sound is the most fundamental essence of all of life. And I'm not religious in any way, but I am aware that in the Bible there is a passage that says, first there was the Word, and the Word was God. And that word then becomes life. So sound, coupled with physicality, the physical body, and intention, whether that's intention which is a prayerful intention or ill intent.
Sorry, if you unmute yourself, sorry.
There we go, thank you. Sorry, I was just muted for a moment. So sound has even been used for ill intent with war, where distorted sound has been pumped out at ridiculous decibel levels that has a distorting effect on people. Sound is so powerful. And of course, sacred healing sound is about working with the power of positive intent, pure intent, for a channel of the divine, of heart space, in order to initiate healing and transformation. Now, there are many, many different ways that sound can be utilized in this way. So I'm going to take you through the different possibilities, the different sounds that can be made when working as a sound healer. I actually have a sound healing practitioner training that is registered with the International Providers of Holistic Medicine, and that's due to launch in April. It starts with an 8-day intensive, and then there are individual modules right the way through till December. And case studies all the way through with full support to really help you understand, embody, and become a very creative sound healer in your own right. So I'm going to take you through the elements that we'll be studying with that training so that you can have a feel as to whether or not this is something that you'd like to be involved with, if it's something that you'd like to engage with. So first and foremost, I want to introduce you to tuning forks. Now, tuning forks are remarkable things. There's two types. The first type, I don't know if you can see here, is a tuning fork with no weights. These ones are called tonal forks. I call them tonal forks. And they're used around the body because they have an eminent sound healing quality. And then the other type are these weighted tuning forks. These are designed to send the sound down the prongs into the handle and into the physicality of the body. So tonal forks for use around the body and weighted forks for use on the body. So let's take the tonal forks first and foremost. Now, these two forks are basically a perfect fifth. The perfect fifth is a harmonic that is the most harmonious interval, if you like, with music for the human body. It brings everything into alignment. Now, this is working with something called the principle of entrainment. Entrainment is a quality where the brain of the human body is equating its vibration with the sound that's being emitted. So when this tone, the perfect fifth, is used around the human body, it entrains the brain to create that internal frequency so that whatever isn't this perfect fifth, whatever isn't the most harmonic vibration, begins to leave. And that happens through emotion. So I'm going to just give you the tone of this, and hopefully you can hear it well. So it's two different tones, the C and the G. I'm going to do that again. And that C and G tone around the human body enables a shift to happen throughout. And what happens when I work one-to-one with people is that usually it takes about 24 to 48 hours for the healing to happen. And in that 24 to 48 hours, there is an emotional shift. And the emotional shift can be quite strong for people, really quite strong for people. And I hold people while they go through those shifts as their body is coming into a higher vibration. Literally, it's vibrational medicine. So this tonal fork has no sound. What you do is you hold it here on the tine, on the handle. These are the tines, and you knock it on the heel of your hand. And there's no tone because the sound is being driven down these tines and into the handle. So what you do with these forks is that you apply them to the bones of the body. If you put them on the bones of the body, it sends the vibration right the way through the bone marrow, all the way through the body to affect very strong physical healing. And it's an extraordinary thing. So you can work with these forks on wrist bones, elbow joints, shoulder joints, sternum. I'm just going to mute Cheryl because I've got a bit of feedback. There we go. On the sternum area of the chest, on the hip bones, and they flood the body with a different frequency. Now, there are many, many, many different types of tonal forks. And if you're just wanting to explore working with tuning forks, it's an enormous world. Solfeggio frequencies, harmonies, chakra tones, etc., etc. But if you're wanting to begin your journey with tuning forks, this is a really good starting point. It's called a mid-om. It's 136.1 hertz, and it's a fabulous all-rounder, which is calculated, the frequency is calculated from the number of days, weeks, months that it takes the Earth to go around the sun and back round. And that oscillation around the sun is what gives this 136.1 hertz. It's a whole load of maths. So sound is based on the cycles, literally the cycles of resonance, which gives 1 hertz. And this is 136.1 hertz, this mid-om frequency. So that's the tuning fork aspect. Another aspect that I want to share with you, I'll just touch a little bit onto this because it's such a massive field of study, sound healing. But this little beauty here is called the miracle note. It's 528 hertz. It's part of the solfeggio frequencies. And this is an aluminium tube that is toned to the 528 hertz. It's known as the miracle note and also the note, the sound, if you like, of love. So I'm going to give you this tone now. Now, the beauty of these pipes is that they can be swung around the body. And when you're listening to the quality of sound, you can hear the oscillations where there's stuck energy and repeatedly swing and move until there's a pure tone. And this is how the vibration of sound as medicine, sound as a healing tool, weaves its magic. So that's part of the solfeggio frequencies. I'm not going to go into it in too much detail, but so far we're exploring the harmonics, the intervals between sound with the C and a G. We're looking at solfeggio frequencies as another whole area of sacred sound. And now I'm going to introduce you to the tones of the chakras. So that's another body of sound completely. So this bowl here is a crystal bowl. They are reformed from all the waste crystal from the electronics industry, from normal industry that use quartz crystal. They're melted down and then reformed into these bowls. Now I've got here just in front of me, you can't see off camera, but I've got a throat bowl, a crown bowl, and a solar plexus bowl. So I'm just going to tone each one. So this is a sacral, which is in the tone of E. And here is the throat, which is in the tone of G. And this is the crown frequency, which is the tone of B. Crystal bowls are an incredibly powerful tool for sound because they have such a pure tone, a deeply, deeply pure angelic tone actually, and they're so soothing to the body, but they can also be played too loud, so they can be quite piercing. So you've got to be quite, even though it looks like a very simple, very easy tool to work with, you've got to be really, really careful with it and really conscious with it as a tool, and also working with those musical intervals to really affect change. With the chakra tones, we're working on the basis that the root chakra is a C vibration, which is the same frequency as planet Earth. So root C, and the mathematical calculations that tone planet Earth as a C frequency. That's the foundational note of this planet and the foundational note of the root chakra. So the chakra's points going through is C for the root, D for the sacral, E for the solar plexus, F for the heart, G for the throat, A for the third eye, and B for the crown. And so those are the chakra tones that we work with the crystal bowls. The next thing that I want to share with you are Himalayan balls. Now, these have been used in shamanic cultures, goodness me, from the beginning, like way, way, way back with the Tibetan Tombo, the shamans of Tibet. And they worked with these bowls. There's a huge amount of mystery around them, and they are a synthesis of 5, 7, or 9 metals. So they incorporate these different metals and they hold sound incredibly well. And there's many different ways to work with these. I work with them through what's called sonic massage. So working with them directly on the body to really send the vibrations into the body. So I'm going to play one now. I'm not sure how well these translate on the microphone, but I'll have a little go for you. So it's a very warm tone. And there's many different techniques to work with these bowls, both off and on the body, when you're working one-to-one with people. And immediately that tone just drops into stillness. I'm not really wanting to work too much with the Himalayan Balls because I'm aware they don't translate so well on the microphone. So I'm just going to leave them there for now. I want to bring your attention now to the drum. So, and again, another ancient tool for invoking meditative states, for affecting the brain, helping the brain come into a theta wavelength state, delta and theta wavelength state. So the drum is literally a frame drum. So it's a piece of wood with a skin stretched over it, you can see here, and it gives a good tension. And this invokes a very earthy vibration. And with the drum, it can be held on parts of the body, so with the sternum to send the drum beat into the body, onto hip bones, rolled down the legs, etc., etc. Also, you can direct the voice, and the voice is another tool I'm going to come to in a moment, but you can direct the voice to the skin of the drum, and it can pick up the vibration very, very strongly and bounce it into a room that you're working with. Beautiful tool. Let's see what else. Okay, the Humble Rattle. So the rattle has many different tones. So I have rattles here that are like little bells. I have quite hard rattles, quite soft rattles, and rainfall rattles. So all of these rattles have a different energy and a different quality, and I use different rattles for different effects. So for example, I may work with a rattle through someone's energy field to open their energy field, ready to receive sound. I may work with a rattle to prepare an area for receiving a specific frequency. I may use a rattle to break up stuck energy. So there's many different ways. I may work with a rattle to send prayers. So there's many, many different ways. And different rattles, different ways of working with the rattle invoke different feeling states. Now here's a beautiful tool. This is called a commas or a Jew's harp. Very, very old instrument, one of the oldest metal instruments on the planet. These are found in every culture around the world, and they are used shamanically, again, for toning through the energy field and for shifting energy. So I'm just going to give you a little rendition. So just getting near to the microphone for you to hear. So they can be played to amplify and expand energy. They can also be used to concentrate energy, almost like a laser beam, into the human body. What else have we got? Okay, so we've got a shruti box. So this is an Indian drone instrument. Drones have an incredible way of setting a tone, literally setting the tone of a session. So this one right now is set to a perfect fifth. So I'm just going to tone that for you, which is the same tone as the tuning forks. This is a fourth, which moves energy through. A third, which prepares energy for moving through. And an eighth, which resolves all energetic shifts into balance. So all of these tools can be used as an individual healing practice. So you can have like a tuning fork session, a crystal ball session, a Himalayan Balls session, um, a solfeggio session, a session of drum healing. And of course, the other tool that I haven't even mentioned is the voice. This incredible instrument that each and every one of us has, which is a remarkable tool for affecting profound change. So this is another treatment that is taught in the Sound Healer Practitioner training, is working with the voice to scan the body first of all, and then to tone into the different parts of the body to expand energy, to clear energy, and to cleanse and purify and solidify. Sorry, not solidify. Just got a notification coming on. Let me get rid of that. To really hone, bless, and close energy. So these are all different tools that are taught on the Sound Healer Practitioner training, which is starting in April. I'm taking 10 people on. I haven't advertised this course yet, and I have 6 people that have already signed up. So there are 4 places on this particular training. It starts the 25th of April. It's an 8-day initial intensive. The retreat is here at Lammas, the eco-village in Pembrokeshire, and we'll be working in the Lammas Earth Centre, and you'll be learning and steeping in voice for a day, in tuning forks for a day, in crystal balls for a day, in Himalayan balls for a day, in shamanic drum and rattle for a day. You're also going to be learning in gong as well. I haven't actually put my gong here, but gong is a whole world of itself, the mighty and beautiful gong. So we'll be working with gong, and also how to hold sound healing baths. Sound bathing is an incredible way to reach a good number of people with one intention, and to navigate and travel through different elements of sound. So it might be that you'll be learning to create a sound bath that moves through a water element, an air element, a fire element, and an earth element, so that you're helping people move these aspects of themselves through the mental realm, the emotional realm, the spiritual realm, and then the physical realm, to really provide powerful healing for your communities. It's a really beautiful thing. In the training, we look at how to promote yourself, how to work with conscious marketing, so that you can really put your beautiful skills of sound healing into the world. This modality of sound is so profound. It's such an incredible healing tool. And I really, really pray that, if nothing else, out of this session, that you'll go out and you'll start to allow yourself to sing and to create and to explore the magic of sacred healing sound. I just want to thank you all so much for your presence. I was wanting to give you an actual sound bath, but there's just no time. In half an hour, it's such a small space of time. So please come and visit my website, hoppywimbush.com, or the lammasearthcentre.co.uk website, where you'll find information about different ways that I work with sound. All the retreats that I work with, I bring in and incorporate sacred healing sound. So I just want to thank you all so much for your presence and for giving your time on this Sunday. And I wish you all the very best on this extraordinary time that we're living through on Earth. Blessings, so much love. And thank you, Siobhan, for hosting this beautiful festival for everyone to learn and grow.
Oh, Hoppi, thank you so much. That session was amazing. We've got lots of thank yous in the chat as well, saying how great it was. So thank you so much for sharing. It was amazing.
Bless you. So much love. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you so much for your time.